everyone, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Gabi and this is
Connor again.
If you're a regular, you've met Connor before. He does. What do you do here?
Parts, a little bit of service, a little bit of detailing.
A little bit of YouTube.
Yeah, a little bit of YouTube.
So Connor does just about everything here, and today he's filming with me because Patrick Hart, our owner, is on vacation. Sucks to be him.
Yeah.
But just because Pat's gone, the show must go on. We have the 2024 Kia Seltos. This is the first ever 2024 to arrive at our lot. Connor, are you excited?
I'm hyped.
He's pumped.
I'm pumped up.
So pumped. Unfortunately, we didn't get it in one of the new colors, but I'm sure we'll get those very, very shortly. We're going to do a full walk around, explain what's new, what's exciting, what the pricing is, and answer all your guys' questions. As always, though, this is one of our live videos that we do every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an ad before we get into the walkthrough. If you want to skip ahead, go to the 3-minute mark, and that's when we'll actually get into the car. So, number one, we are doing these videos for 3 reasons, and number 1 is you may own a Kia Hyundai. We want to give you all the information, let you know the value of these vehicles, the features, explain the features, kind of be like an owner's manual, but maybe a little bit more entertaining. And then number 2, if you are in the market for a new vehicle, we want you to add Kia or Hyundai or even both to your consideration list because these vehicles, they're fantastic. That's why we love to talk about them, and that's why we do it every single day. And then Connor, you know number 3.
We want you to buy it from us.
Yes.
Brantford Kia, come to us. We're in Brantford.
Yes.
Come buy a Kia, come buy a Hyundai. We sell used cars.
Now, disclaimer though, only if you're in Ontario. Unfortunately,
fair enough.
We're only allowed to sell within Ontario, and that's in Canada, by the way. So I'm sorry for our friends across the pond or in the States. You can still watch us though. I will also let you know that not only do we sell Kias, we also have Brantford Hyundai location, which is about 10 minutes down the road, and Owen Sound Hyundai. Now, without further ado, I'm going to get Connor to show you guys how we can watch our live videos if you are from the future.
What's going on?
Oh, we're filming. All right. So, as long as it's a weekday and it's around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all you have to do is go to our YouTube channel. It looks like this. And if you're watching this video, you already found it. Why not subscribe while you're there? Then all you have to do is refresh your page and you'll see today's upcoming video pop up right over there. So you can see there's a little red icon that shows it's a live broadcast. All you have to do is click on it. It'll load you in. You may have to watch an ad. Maybe. It doesn't look like we're going to watch one today. And then on the right side over there, it may take a second to load in, but you'll see we have a live chat box. So over there, you guys can ask us questions. You can let us know if there's anything you want to see on the vehicle that we may have missed. And you can let us know just how you're feeling. All right, now let's get into it. So like I mentioned, 2024 Kia Seltos EX Premium. This is one of our most popular trims, and that's because there is a ton of value in this specific vehicle. So I'm going to start off by turning on the light so you can see our brilliant LEDs. The front end of this vehicle has been refreshed. So you'll see we have a new headlight and positioning light design. Oh, I didn't even turn them on. I lied. There we go. All right. So beautiful, beautiful LEDs. And you can see that before we used to have our positioning lights way up here, and now they are right down here. So a bit of a more modern look. I think it really complements the front end of this vehicle. Now there's still more technology integrated into this front bumper. Let's talk about it. So down here we have our front radar plate, and what that does is it picks up other vehicles not only for your smart cruise control, which works all the way in stop and go traffic, by the way, but also for forward collision avoidance. So if it senses a dangerously close distance between you and the vehicle ahead of you, it'll warn you first off, and then it will actively brake for you. It is a great, great system, something you never really think about until, well, you need it. All right. Now next up, I'll also show you guys the fog lights. I don't know if we got a good glimpse of that, but right over there. And every single light on this specific trim level is an LED, including your tail lights, which are refreshed, by the way. We'll get into that in a second. And now next up are our wheels. These wheels are brand new for 2024, and they're exclusive to the EX Premium trim. They're 17-inch alloy wheels, some dark, some lights. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm excited to see them on different color options as well. For your mirrors, you do have a turn signal indicator. And then on the flip side, on the actual mirror portion, we have our blind spot detection. So that, of course, will light up when there is a vehicle in our blind spot, whether it be on the left or right side. And then if I were to indicate a turn to that direction, it will give me an audible alert. And then if I still try to change lanes while there's a car there, it will revert me back into my originating lane to avoid a collision. Oh my gosh, lots of words. Next up, we have roof rails all along the top of the vehicle. Nice flush design, but they are still functional. Who doesn't love a good roof rail? Fuel doors on the left side. And check out this rear end. Please don't make any jokes about that in the comments. All right, this is completely redesigned for 2024, and you can see it extends all the way across the vehicle. We did not have this on the 2023 model, and these lights are LEDs, so they're very, very bright at nighttime. I'm actually gonna turn on our hazard so you guys can get a full look at what these beautiful lights can do. I'm almost there, guys. And I'll hit the brakes for you as well. So some brakes. Pretty. Hazard lights. And why don't I throw it into reverse for you guys as well? Perfect.
So your reverse lights are actually down here instead of...
Pardon me?
I was just telling them the reverse lights are actually down at the bottom of the bumper.
Yeah, so we're doing that with a lot of our vehicles now. A lot of people ask, is that bad? Do you have any issues with that? And I mean, I've never been rear-ended. My car has them low. And I haven't run into any customers that have issues. And guys, I don't know if you caught that, but power liftgate. This is the first time the Kia Seltos has had a power liftgate. And now the Kia Niro has one too. Kia, I love what you're doing with the place. It's great. So the power liftgate starts off on the EX Premium trim, and it's also available in the SX Turbo and the X line. You can change the height of this by adjusting it to wherever you'd want it to stop and then pressing and holding this button until you hear the beep. There you go. So now every time I go to open this tailgate, it's going to stop right over here. Great if you have a garage with lower clearance or you just don't want it to open that high if you're shorter like me. Another thing that's new is this cargo cover. So we've never had a cargo cover come standard with the Seltos before. Super easy to unclip and take out, and you can actually fit it underneath your floorboard here, which means if this is kind of in the way for whatever you're carrying, you got a place to put it and it's not going to take space in your garage. Now that this is open, we got a spare tire as well. And you can see there's a good amount of room around the spare tire for whatever else you may need, whether it be a first aid kit, blankets, any sort of emergency object. All right, and I'll have Connor quickly show a little bit more of the trunk. I'm gonna talk about each seat has a car seat tether. Oh, he just hit his head on the thing. Sorry, guys. And those seats do fold down in a 60-40 split. I'm gonna fold down one side for you guys just so we can see what kind of space we're working with. To fold them down, you do have to go to the passenger side, and there's a latch at the top of where the shoulder would be. And you can see it's pretty flat. There we go. Just gonna bring the seat up real quick. Locks right back into place. Super, super easy. You could do it with one hand.
Gabby, people are asking what are the typical wait times for this?
So wait times are not going to be that bad. We have already sold almost everything that we have incoming for the Kia Seltos, but we typically get a refresh list of allocation each month. So depending on what model you're looking for and what color, we get a little bit of everything each month, and they're coming in pretty steady. Yeah. So this was our very first one though. We have a couple more slowly trickling in. We'll get some SX Turbos, hopefully some X lines, a bunch of EXs, because that's another one of our top sellers. But I will say value-wise, I think the EX Premium might be the best value Kia Seltos trim, and here's why. So of course you get the power liftgate, you get some great styling aspects, you get LED lights, but I want to talk about the engine and how that may be a benefit for some people. So this is the highest trim level you can get with the most technology while still maintaining a regular naturally aspirated engine. This is a 2-liter MPI engine with 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. You also get an IVT transmission. And why this is important? It's more fuel efficient than the turbo alternative if you go up a trim level to the SX Turbo. You still get all-wheel drive. You get all-wheel drive in each and every single trim except for the LX front-wheel drive, where you guessed it, you get front-wheel drive. All right, now we'll take a look inside. So Connor, I'll actually have you come on this side first. Sorry. And I'll show you guys the seats. So you get this beautiful synthetic leather seat mix. So very nice, super comfy. And you'll notice these seats are powered. So you can easily make adjustments on the go. And I mean, we had that in the last EX Premium, right? So nothing too crazy. But now, hold on, we got memory seats. So Connor, come back over. We got 2 buttons for your memory seat saved settings, which means if you are sharing this vehicle with someone who's taller or shorter than you, No more fighting. As soon as you get into the car, you press your saved selection and then you're ready to roll. No more adjustments. But I will say power seats are great because it's super easy to make adjustments while you're on the road. I know with manual seats, it's not that big of a pain in the butt, but if you want to make an adjustment, especially when you're driving uphill, you go to grab the lever here and then you slide all the way to the back. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, let's talk about what's over here. So we got our window controls, that's pretty standard. We also have child locks, an express up and down window for the driver, and then our mirror controls. The mirrors are heated and power adjustable, of course. Beautiful design for our speakers. So this does not have a premium sound system in the EX Premium, but you still get beautiful designs. There is something in here though that's very, very cool, and I'll only be able to show you once Connor hops in and we close the door. So Connor, get over here. All right, I will also warn, it's starting to get really hot here in Ontario, and because the black leather interior, it gets warm in here. So Connor, I might need you to close your door. Please. All right, I'll grab the camera from you so I can quickly show you guys what is on our digital display here. So this is brand new for 2023, or 2024, oh my gosh, wow. I'm a year behind. And this is a 10.25-inch display for your digital gauge cluster. So now we got it in the center, but we also got it for the gauge. Everyone was asking for this for forever, and we finally got it, and it looks beautiful. So of course you have your speedometer, and then on the right side it would typically be your tachometer, but because the car is on, it's going to give us this warning. In the center, we have a couple different menu options. So right now it's showing our lane keep assist menu. If I was driving on a road with actual lanes, they would light up in a darker white. And we can cycle with this button here, what we're displaying on the menu right over there. So over there, we got our trip and consumption info. We also have our navigation or our compass. So right now it'll just show a compass, but if I were to put a route in my nav system on this main unit here, it'll show me my turn-by-turn right up here, which is super convenient. You don't have to take your eyes off the road. And for some people that don't like a heads-up display, this may be even better for them. Then we got our all-wheel drive torque distribution and our tire pressure monitor, which of course you have to be driving to view. All right, I'm gonna put the windows down. Oh my gosh, it is so hot. All right, I'll give Connor back the camera and we'll talk a little bit about what's on the steering wheel. So on the left side, we have our typical Kia or Hyundai infotainment and kind of just media systems and buttons. So right up here, we have our voice commands, which I can quickly press to say, Siri, I don't know, directions to, and then wherever, or change the song or whatever you really need, call mom. Just underneath that, we have our volume controls. Over there is where we can adjust, of course, our volume. If you press it down, it'll actually mute whatever it is you're listening to, which is great if you got to yell to somebody in the back or if you're getting your order taken at the drive-thru. Underneath that, we have our phone button, which you can quickly answer a phone call. Then to the right, we have our star, which is an empty button, but once you press that, it'll give you a menu over here, which you can set to do whatever you'd like. So a lot of people make this the reject or end call button, just because in most older cars, you would get your reject button right beside the answer. But you can have this do whatever you like. Voice memo, home screen, map, reroute, cancel route, so many options. The possibilities are endless with the Kia Seltos. And then above that, we have our mode button, which will change your media mode, whether it be AM radio, FM radio, or even Sirius XM, which is available in this vehicle. Not available in this vehicle, it's built in. And then on the right side, Connor, is it easier if I grab it?
Sure.
Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can see it super clearly. So on the right side, this button up here is, of course, to change your menus displayed in the center of your digital gauge cluster. On the right, we have our smart cruise control. So that's the button you're going to press to turn on your cruise. Over here, you'll set your speed. And then with this button here, you'll set your following distance. So you get 4 presets to choose from, and they work all the way until stop and go traffic. Now, this is also going to pick up the speed limit of the highway that you're on, and if there's any upcoming curves, and it'll prepare your vehicle to take those curves or change speed limits if you want. You can turn off the automatic speed change if it drives you nuts like it does for me. And then to the left of that, we have our steering assistance. So this button over here, once you press it, you'll get an icon on your dash. Did you see it come up? Let me take it off. Okay, it's back again. Here we go. So that is going to monitor the lanes ahead of you and will actually provide gentle steering assistance. Let's say there was a pothole coming up on the road and the car didn't see it. If I were to give driver input, it would listen to my commands and not the system's. So it's an assistance, but it won't completely take over your car, which is very, very nice. And it's super smooth, by the way. I absolutely love it, and I don't like driving without it anymore. Now on our main screen here, if you've seen some of our videos, you know this screen well. It's beautiful, super easy to use, and aesthetically it's just so pleasing. I love it. This is what your main home screen is going to look like. It'll give you your date and your time, as well as whatever you're listening to, and then a little glimpse of where you're at on your map. You do have built-in navigation, so this is fantastic because it doesn't matter what cell service you have, you'll always have access to your maps, and especially if you are someone who likes to frequently drive to the States or go camping where there's no service, you'll always have connection. You also have your nav menu. That's where you're going to go to save addresses, look at points of interest, your address book, whatever you really need. There's also a bunch of saved Kia dealerships in there too, so if you quickly need service or anything, you know where to go. Next up, we have phone. Of course, this vehicle has Bluetooth. And then you got your phone book and your contacts, your recently called, all of that. Phone projection, which will be your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm going to say something super controversial. So this vehicle does have Apple CarPlay and it does have Android Auto, but it's not wireless. And let me tell you, that's a good thing. Wired CarPlay, wired Android Auto works so much better. Your music doesn't drop, your phone doesn't drop, unless you have a very, very bad cord, like one that's hanging on by a thread or a super cheap cord, you won't have any issues with it. I absolutely love it. I stand by it. Guys, I don't care if I get hate for that. All right, and we'll move down. You got valet mode, which will block out your saved addresses and your saved contacts and just any sort of personal information in your vehicle, which is great if you are giving it to a valet. Quiet mode is what's going to mute the speakers in the back, so you can press that to turn it on. It's great if you have pets or children back there that are sleeping. And then sound mood lamp. This is what's fun. So you can turn this on, and it will light up in some parts of the car. I just want to make sure it's not the music one that's on. Can you pick it up on the camera at all, Connor, or no?
Not really.
Might have to get the engine on for this. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a glow. No, can't pick it up. This one's always so hard to show during the day. But essentially, you have ambient lighting that extends underneath here and then also in your doors. Guys, I'm so sorry about the beeping. It is nuts. So it'll extend all throughout underneath the dash and through your doors. You can have it with two separate options. So you can have it just be a glow, so whatever color you'd like here. Or you can have it as a color theme where it actually pulse and change colors. I really like this one, it's very cool. And then you can also sync it to your music. So if you're listening to some hard, I don't know, techno music, maybe metal, whatever it is you're into. When it's in Music Plus, it'll sync to whoever the music's flowing and it'll move with that. It's very, very cool. I really like it. If you're not a fan of any of this, you can turn the brightness all the way down and not have it at all. Or you can go like this. Now, to the right of that, we have our HD radio data, which will give you live traffic information, HD radio, and even weather information. Then under setup, we'll get into the nitty-gritty stuff and the fun stuff. So we get all our driver assistances right in here. So under driving convenience, you'll see your highway drive assist, and this is what I mentioned earlier, that when you use your smart cruise control on a registered highway, it'll know the speed limit changes, it'll know if there's a curve in the road, it'll follow the vehicle ahead of you, and it'll also steer for you, all combined. If you don't want the speed limit to automatically change, untick that. It's all gone. You don't have to worry about it, guys. It won't drive you nuts. And now when you go to your smart cruise control, you can play around with the settings. So if you want it to accelerate faster, you can adjust this to however you like it to drive. So it's super, super personable. All right, speed limit, you get your warning if you'd like, or you can turn it off. This will let you know when you're driving over the speed limit. You can also set an offset as well too. Warning methods. With this vehicle, like I mentioned, you have your forward collision avoidance, you have your blind spot detection, you got rear cross traffic avoidance. It's a lot of avoidances. Here you can play around with everything, turn them off if you don't like them, change them if you think they're a little bit too sensitive. There's truly so much customization in this vehicle. So nice. Parking safety, so this is when you're backing up out of a busy parking lot, it'll pick up if there's an obstacle coming from which direction. So this is especially useful if you're parking somewhere beside like two large trucks or two huge vans. You may not be able to see as you're backing out. The car will see for you. It's great to have. Now we'll move on down. So we have all our climate controls right over here, and this is brand new. This is very different than the last Kia Seltos. You can see over here we have our temperature control. So I can set it to low, medium, whatever I like. We can also have automatic climate control, which when I set it to whatever temperature, oh my gosh, I gotta turn those fans down. So when I set it to 17.5, for example, I can set it to auto and then set the intensity. So of course 1 would be lowest intensity. All your direction controls are right over here, and then of course your heated rear windshield defrost, and then your fresh air or recirculated air. Down here we have some buttons to go to settings on the main screen. So if I go to map, it'll quickly take me to my map screen. And then same thing for all these other buttons here. Radio will take me to our radio screen. You got all the options. Down here, we got our wireless phone charger. So as long as your phone's compatible with it, you can just drop it on in there and then it charges. 12 volts, a USB. This is what you're going to use for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then a USB-C for charging. So much faster charging than a regular USB port would offer. Nice little storage area here. Our gear shift, which you can enter into Tiptronic mode. Sorry, I know that's a trademark, but essentially the same idea, upshift, downshift. It'll also automatically switch your vehicle into sport mode. Speaking of sport mode, with this drive mode select over here, you can turn it whichever way, and you get 3 different modes to choose from. So you'll see up here, we got normal, sport, and smart. And this is going to change the way the vehicle operates. Sport, of course, will give you a little extra pep in your step, but it will consume a bit more fuel. Smart mode's probably the smartest way to drive, as the name suggests. It's going to adapt to whatever you're doing. So if you're flooring it to get on the highway or to pass somebody, it'll temporarily switch you into sport mode and then drop you back down into normal as you're driving normally. And then just underneath that, we have our temperature controls for our seats. So we have heated seats and ventilated seats in the X Premium, 3 different levels for both. We also have a parking camera. When I press this button, it'll show me a live feed of whatever's in my rear view camera. A heated steering wheel, and then moving on to the right side, we have our all-wheel drive lock. Same thing for my passenger, so heated and ventilated seats, and then our downhill braking assist. Over here, we got our cup holders, so 2 standard size cup holders, a little storage compartment here. I have the same compartment in my car, and I always seem to throw my keys in here. And then our electronic parking brake and our auto hold. In the center, we got our center console, which is fairly deep, I will say. It's not the widest, but good amount of space. I have the exact same center console in my car, and I can fit a lot of stuff in there. And then on our right, Connor will quickly show you guys the glove box.
Let me get out of the way first so we can get a better look in there. Good looking glove box, if I'd say so.
Look at those manuals. That's a manual over there, okay? So, of course, with your purchase at Brantford Kia, we give you complimentary owner's manuals. No one else does. I'm joking, guys. Everyone does that, but we make it special. Right up here, you can see we have interior LED lights. Super bright, super nice, and they're really cool, too. So I guess my door is open. But you can see when I just kind of hover over them, they turn on, and they're super bright at nighttime. We also have our sunroof controls, which accesses our pretty wide sunroof. It's beautiful. And I will close this. It's a manual cover. And then up here, you get your tow truck and your SOS button. So with Kia in North America, you get 5 years, 100,000, 5 years, not 100,000. 5 years, unlimited kilometers of roadside assistance all throughout North America, which means if you do like driving to the States, you're covered. Now, before I hop in, I'll have Connor quickly show the back seats. Once again, you got your beautiful synthetic leather seats, and both of your main rear seats are heated as well, so your rear passengers will absolutely love that. This is where you'll go to turn the heated seats on, and then of course your window controls. I'll quickly hop in, and I don't think you guys saw it, but whenever you turn off the vehicle and exit, it's going to push your seat back with the manual seats to provide an easy exit or an easy entry. Now once I hop in again, it'll go back to my safe seating position. So right now the seat's pretty far back. You can see I have a pretty good amount of leg room, like knee room. For my feet, there's a lot of room underneath the seat. Oh, I hate rhyming. And headroom wise, we're pretty good too. So Connor, if you need to get closer, you certainly can. And
tons of room.
Yeah, that much room between my head and the top. Now I'll move over to the side. And Connor can show that we have 2 USB-Cs right over here. And then a little, very convenient actual pocket here to put your phone as it's charging. And then you get rear air vents, very nice. And then the back seat pocket on the passenger side is leather, no pocket for the driver's side, unfortunately. Now, let's pull this down. In your center seat, if no one's sitting there, or if you don't like who's sitting there, you can pull this down and you have an armrest or cup holder. super convenient. And you do get lights back here as well too. Again, LEDs. That's about it for the Seltos, guys. Now we'll answer some of your questions and see what you have to say. And of course, my computer disconnected from the screen.
Kind of a jump scare there.
Jump scare? Did it flip to your face? Oh no. Okay, Gabi's manuals are better than the dual books. And also someone asked if it's dual climate control, and it's not in this vehicle. Someone said no picture, fix the camera. I think we had picture all throughout.
I thought so. I looked over when you made the comment. I could still see us streaming.
Yeah, maybe it was your device, I think. What is the price for the EX Premium? It is $33,495 Canadian, and I think that is absolutely amazing price for this vehicle. Really good price.
Yeah.
For an all-wheel drive compact SUV, that's fantastic. Does the EX have the same infotainment system? And no, it does not. Actually, yes. Yes, it does. We haven't seen it yet, but yes, it does. It just does not have the 10.25-inch gauge cluster.
Okay.
It's different. I could be wrong. Let's see. Does the Seltos EX have an electronic parking brake? That's another thing we'll have to wait until the vehicle comes in because I don't think it's specified on the manual.
I would want to say yes. Not a lot of cars come with a manual parking brake nowadays, but
Yeah.
to confirm it, to see it in person.
We would have to see it, yeah. Okay, Blair. So Blair actually purchased a car from us. I have a question. I'm buying a 2023 Soul from you guys. Connor, can I still get a hat? You can get whatever hats we have.
Yeah, we have. I think we have a couple red ones left in the old logo, and then black, white, and the new logo. Yeah, come grab one.
Gabi, what's better in your opinion? Steering wheels that have the cruise controls on the left or the right? Personally, I like it to be on the left. Don't even get me started on that. So the EV6 and the Kia Niro have it on the left side, so it's reversed from all our other cars.
Everything else is on the right?
Yeah, in my personal vehicle, it's a gasoline car and it has it on the right, so I'm used to that. I drive that car every day. But for this next week, I'm driving Pat's car, which is an EV6, and it's throwing me off so bad, guys. I go to turn on the volume and suddenly I'm turning on my cruise control. It is nuts. It is so nuts. I can imagine it is very stressful for some people that have dual key, like two Kias in their family, and they have one of each.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Which one is better value for my money, the EX or the EX Premium? I think that depends on what you really find value in, because both of them are priced fantastic. Of course, with the EX Premium, you get a couple extra bells and whistles. If you love a power liftgate, this is for you. If you and your partner or whoever else drives your car frequently fight over the seating position, this might also be for you. Also, the extra tech and the full digital gauge cluster may also be for you. So it depends what's important to you, but they're both priced exceptionally well and have great fuel efficiency. Does Pat know you're driving his car this week? Yes.
He doesn't know I'm driving it.
Yes, he does.
I'm not driving it.
We're all driving it. Let's see, Niro versus the Seltos. That is so tough.
I'd take the Niro.
You think so?
I would,
like a
yeah.
Niro EV?
True, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think, yeah, if we're talking EV, I would take the Niro just because
EV.
electric, yeah.
Right.
But otherwise, if I was comparing a hybrid, I would probably take the Seltos instead.
A little bit more space and
Is the Seltos a good buy for a first car or any other suggestions? Looking towards buying one this or next year. I think it's an absolutely amazing vehicle. And the reason for that is it's not too big, so it's not hard to park, not hard to maneuver, and it's not thirsty on fuel. But it's also raised. It's not a small, compact sedan, right? So you get extra cargo space. You also get the added help, I guess, of just a higher seating position, more clearance off the ground. And if you do live somewhere cold like Canada, it does have the option of all-wheel drive. So it is helpful, very helpful. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll up because I'm pretty sure there's questions while we were in the car. Let's see. Can't wait to see the new 2024 Sportage Hybrid. Me neither, but unfortunately we have nothing official on that yet. So I'm with you there. Temporary spare tire known back in the 80s and early 90s as a donut spare. Yes, so we still call them a donut sometimes too.
Yeah. Spare tire just sounds more professional than saying a donut in the back.
Yeah. Why did Kia get rid of the underfloor trunk organizers? My 2010 Soul had a fantastic foam organizer, and it seems like everything now is dual height floor instead of the organizer.
True.
You're absolutely right about that. We don't have that in any of our cars anymore, I don't think.
I don't think so, no.
But, I mean, dual height. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they just found it that some people didn't use them, and then they just had that foamy organizer stuck in their trunk. But I'm not sure. We never get that kind of information. We can only assume. Do the mirrors adjust with the memory seats? They do.
Fancy.
How smooth of a ride is the Seltos? I have a 2021 Soul and it's a little jittery on the bumps. I find the Seltos fairly smooth.
Yeah. I would say the Seltos is a little bit more smooth than the Soul, just with the size difference.
Yeah.
But that's from me.
Gabi took the day off yesterday. How dare you? Gabi did not take the day off. I was being poked and prodded. So... yeah. Let's see. Should I get this or wait for my Sportage PHEV? That's tough. PHEV is nice, and I will say it's worth the wait. But if the Seltos works for your family, it's quicker, it's cheaper, quicker to get, cheaper, good value.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit smaller.
Yeah, you just have some trade-offs. You don't get a plug-in hybrid, but
you'll get it quicker.
You'll get it quicker. You still get a really good car, really good technology, but no plug-in hybrid. No glass holders again. You're right. No more sunglass holders, and it feels like every model refresh we get, every car loses its sunglass holders, and that makes me sad. Really sad. I already answered the price information. Picture has been perfect. No issues. Okay, perfect. Does it take regular gas or premium? Regular fuel. Nice. Another value-added feature. No one wants to pay for premium gas right now. Nobody.
So would the turbo Seltos need premium?
No.
Oh, there you go.
The only Kia vehicle that recommends premium fuel is actually the Kia Stinger, but even then you can put regular unleaded fuel in it. Yeah. It's just for the increased performance. Put the premium. Someone asked if it had an electronic parking brake. It does. Yes, yeah. Let's see. I love my 2024 SX Turbo with the brown leather. Ooh, we're excited to finally see that in person. I hope we get one soon. Volume control on the steering wheel should be near the radio on the left, unless you drive on the wrong side of the road. I guess thinking about it now, my cruise control's on my right-hand side of the steering wheel. Yeah. And the volume's on the left. And that's the way it should be. Yeah. But the EVs have it the other way. Wonder why. I don't know. It drives me nuts. I can't handle it. That's my biggest complaint. Guys, nothing bothers me more. Let's see. Hey, Gabi, make Kia an amazing company. Kia is not the same without you. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you, guys. That's so sweet. Like, it's so cool. So cool. Are we going to have a new Sportage PHEV next year? So the Sportage PHEV was just released for the 2023 model year, so I don't anticipate it changing for 2024. We've only even gotten one, so I don't think it's going to change. Let's see. Hello, what is that accessory on the ceiling at the back that looks like a unique surfboard fin? Oh, that's the, instead of having a radio antenna, it's now called a shark fin antenna. And it looks like a shark fin. So this used to be my little hack when I first started selling cars, and someone asked, does it have Sirius XM? All our cars that have Sirius XM have to have a shark fin. Like, yes, it does have Sirius XM. Thank you. And we got our Kia Stinger over here that also has a little shark fin. Looks so much better than an actual antenna. Oh, yeah. So much better. Okay. Sorry, Connor. I'm like cutting you out. Oh my gosh, it keeps moving. All right. My picture is completely like not casting onto the screen here, so Connor can't even see the questions. I'm kind of getting a glimpse of them here. Okay. Let's see. Any wait time? Any idea on the wait time for the Carnival EX Plus getting shorter? So a lot of our orders have filled. Now most of those people were waiting for about a year. No solid information on when it's getting shorter, but I really hope so. I know Telluride is getting much shorter, so hopefully it'll transfer to the Carnival as well. things are looking better. Gabby, you need to get the commission for the vehicle I'm going to purchase here in New York and for all the people I recommend. Just ask your Kia dealers, like, send the check over to Gabby at Brantford Kia. I'm joking. I'm so glad we were able to help, and I hope you enjoy your new vehicle. Can you sum up the best engine for the Seltos to go with? I think it really depends on what your value, like where your value lies, right? Mm-hmm. So there's only 2 engine options. One's a 1.6 liter turbo, and then one is a 2 liter naturally aspirated MPI engine. Of course, with the turbo, you get a little bit more power, but also eats up a bit more fuel. And then this one's more fuel efficient, but a little bit more sluggish. It's not slow by any means, but it's not a race car. But neither is the turbo, to be fair.
Yeah, it just has a little bit more pep to it.
A little bit more get up and go, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up a bit. Also, I'm not too sure how long we've been filming. We probably shouldn't go for too long. 35 minutes to go, so we should probably wrap it up. Guys, do you have any last questions? Are Kia Rio EX Premium still available to order? So they're not available to factory order, if that's what you mean, but I do believe we're getting a couple more Rios. I don't know about EX Premium before they finally cut them off. If you're interested, we will have a link available in our bio where you can get in touch with our sales team, and they'll be able to let you know what timeline could be and if we are getting anything else. But they will be cut off this year at some point. How long would I have to wait if I order one today? So we're saying probably for the EX Premium, I would suggest 3 to 6 months, 4 to 6 months. It could be sooner, it could be later. It's just a little rough right now based off the fact that the factory order bank is closed for customers. All right. Miles per gallon for the 2 liter engine. I'm not gonna have miles per gallon, but I should be able to pull up, sorry guys, that's one spec I don't have at the top of my head. We've also not had the chance to drive one of these because they're all sold vehicles, so we can't see the real world fuel efficiency. Yeah, I don't have it on me right now, but I can leave it as a comment. Let's see. I think that's probably about it for today's video. Yeah. Thank you guys again so much for watching. This is Friday, so of course no video tomorrow. We will be back and better than ever on Monday. That car, I don't know what we'll be filming Monday, but stay tuned. You guys will find out same time as I find out. All right. Thanks again so much. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye for now.